Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech Bytes, tips and resources for educators, brought to you by MASSP. My name is Ryan Casey, and I'm excited to be sharing this month's tutorial with you on Google Keep. This is a newer tool by Google that I heard a lot about over the summer on social media and at some conferences I was at, so I decided to check it out, and I think you're really going to like it because it basically is an online note-taking application that will take and store your information to the cloud. It syncs with Google Drive, but beyond just taking notes, it can also store images, videos, websites, articles, and even when you're using the app on your phone, voice memos. So it's the perfect resource to use as you're beginning the school year, either in your building or in your classroom. We're going to take just a few minutes to do a brief overview of how it works. So let's get started. So here's the Google Keep interface, and to get here, you simply got to go to keep.google.com, or you can get here just like you can any other Google app in the upper right corner, just like Gmail, Calendar, and so on. You'll notice that the interface looks very similar to other Google products, so you should pick it up pretty quickly. I already have some notes or little cards or boxes that are already on the screen that I've organized. But to get started, we're going to go ahead and take our very first note, and we can just simply start typing up here at the top, or I can get started with a checklist, an image, or even by drawing the note out by hand. So I'm going to type, just give it a title. Here is how you make a note in Google Keep. You'll notice that it's automatically saved and synced to the cloud when you're done typing. You don't have to hit any buttons to save it. I hit close, and now it's added to my list, and I can drag it around and reorganize my notes. You can imagine as you get more that it'll be important to do that. And I can even pin it if this one's really important and I want to keep it up towards the top from my other notes. And again, you can unpin at any time as well. So really easy to get started in making a note. So now I'm going to show you some additional features or options that you have when you are creating or organizing your notes in Google Keep. So we're going to start with this one that says due by Friday. This is kind of a checklist version, if you will, that's available, which is a nice feature. Let's take a look at these buttons down at the bottom. So the first one is Remind Me. So any of your notes that you add can have reminders set to a date and time, or they can even be set to a GPS location. So for example, if you are traveling through town and you wanted to send you an alert on your phone for when you get close to the hardware store or the grocery store so you don't forget to pick something up. Maybe at school you have it set so next time you're over at central office, it reminds you because there's a resource you want to share, or you need a reminder to talk to your superintendent about something. So Remind Me. You can add a collaborator. This is just like Google Drive, right? You can actually add somebody that'll have access to that note. They won't have access to your entire notebook, but just this individual note. You can format items with different colors. So in this case, I'm going to make this one yellow because it's a to-do list, so it'll look kind of like my notepad on my desk. I can add an image if I want a visual indicator on top of my note so it's easier to find. And then you have some additional or more options here, like I can delete it. I can add a label. So just like Gmail labels, you can type one out, or if you already have label set, you simply check to add it to that label. You can make a copy. You can even copy this note into your Google Docs and make it bigger and start editing. So a lot of options here. So I'm going to hit close. And again, now it's added to my list with the rest of my notes. And so really easy to not just create a note, but to organize them and do some formatting so it works for you and how you want to organize all of your notes. So as I mentioned earlier, Google Keep stores all sorts of different types of resources in your notebook. So far, we've just been creating notes in the notebook, but you can also store articles, websites, videos, all sorts of stuff, as I mentioned. So in this case, I'm going to switch over to a website that I found. This comes from ditchthattextbook.com, really cool website if you want to check it out. And I found this article on 10 ways Google Keep can help streamline life at school. So if I want to save this page to my Google Keep notebook, I'm going to go up to my upper right corner here. Again, I'm in Google Chrome. I installed for free the Google Keep extension. So all I have to do is click on this little light bulb icon here. And if I want to type a little note about this, I'm going to share it with my teachers maybe, I can do that. If I want to add a label, again, one that I already have, so I'm going to put this under websites. And it's automatically saved. I don't have to actually hit anything. I can go back to Google Keep, and here it is, 10 ways Google Keep can, and the note is added. And then I can still go back and format it. Maybe I want it because it's a website. I think I've been keeping those white, so I'll leave it like that. I'm going to show you how to do the same thing and more now on your phone. So now I'm going to show you how to do the same thing except from your phone. Again, whether you're on an iPhone like I have on the screen right now or an Android device, as long as you have Google Keep, the app downloaded and installed, this will work. So if you're like me, you probably actually do more surfing of the web for resources and such when you're on your phone. Maybe you're in between meetings, or if you're supervising the cafeteria or whatnot. The old way that I would do this is I would find something that interested me and I would email it to myself. Again, not the most productive way because it's going to fill up your inbox. Now you can just send it to your notebook with Google Keep. So right now I have this article from the Detroit News. PSAT is the right move for Michigan. I'm going to go ahead and hit the send or share button on the iPhone. And I'm going to just look for Google Keep. There it is. You can see, just like you saw earlier, I can type a note. I can add a label to it. I'm going to make sure I'm on the right Google Keep account. There we go. And I hit post. And now the note's been saved. And you can even see back on my screen, back on the desktop, it was added. Oh, let me move this phone out of the way. There it is. PSAT is the right move for Michigan. So now I'm in the Google Keep app on my phone. Again, on an iPhone, works the same on an Android. And you can see the interface looks pretty similar to what we saw, just a little more condensed than what we saw when we were in the Chrome browser. But all of my notes are in there at any time. I can go to specific labels and just see certain ones. So there are my websites versus EdTech, right? So it's all organized, color-coded that I have set up. Again, towards the bottom, I can still start typing a note, using the checklist, drawing a note. But what's new on the app that you can't do in the browser is right here at the bottom, in between the pen and the picture icon, is the voice memo option. So when you click on this, I'll be able to record a voice note to myself. It will dictate it and turn it into text, but it will also keep the audio file as well. So long drives in the car, maybe if you're a thinker that likes to move around, walk around your office as you're thinking out loud, maybe prepping for a speech, you can use that. So let's try it real quick. This is my first voice memo note in Google Keep. So you can see it dictated the text. It also added the audio file. I can still go through and add a title. And then it'll automatically be synced. I can go back and there it is. So again, another really cool feature of using the Google Keep app. So up on your screen, there are going to be some additional resources and links to learn more about how you can use Google Keep in the classroom or in your buildings, as well as a link to give me some feedback on how you thought this tutorial went and a way to give me ideas or suggestions for future Tech Bytes. I really hope you try and use Google Keep. It's really easy to use, works just like all of your other Google stuff. No longer do you have to just bookmark web pages in your browser you're using, use your calendar to send you reminders for events, or even type your notes on your note app on your phone or in Google Docs. Google Keep lets you do all those things all in one spot, plus it's searchable. So I hope you give it a try. Until next time, thanks for listening and have a great day.